Folks, it's that time of the year again. Overindulgence. For a lot of you will be looking at this or listening to this thinking, you overindulge every single day. Never mind Christmas, O'Connor. Anyway, we're back with two superstars. I love these guys because together they are the reason that many South Africans, in actual fact, many people around the world, get up daily to grind and be a part of a revolution. They've changed the way we look at staying healthy, staying fit, our mindset going into anything. It doesn't have to only be changing one's personal or physical appearance, but also maybe an outlook towards a new business venture in the new year. Anything that you really possibly want to put your mind to, this is the inspiration around getting your mind to that space where it's ready to focus on the task ahead. Juls and Johno Monkeys, it's so lekker to have you back on this podcast.
It's so nice to be here.
It's always good with you, Rana.
And I also like that he said Juls and Johno Monkeys.
Well, I've got you. The boss always goes
I love
first.
that.
Correct.
Now, I mean, when it comes to motivating people, in terms of anything, I mentioned business, I mentioned the fact that successfully you've both been great at motivating and coaching people through processes. And here we find ourselves again on the verge of going into a season where people kind of, throw all of the dieting, all of the lifestyle, all those nasty words that we hate using, they throw it out anyway and they go, I'm going to indulge. You guys seem to get that balance really well in terms of still being able to indulge at the same time, looking after your own well-being.
Yeah, look, it's a silly season, and people just tend to throw all the inhibitions out the window. And I think it's important to have balance.
Sure.
Especially in the fitness industry where people are either like this beautiful body or they're not. Yeah. And there's sort of people that float in between and like, where do I belong and where do I fit in? And I think it's important that people have that structure, but also have the ability to be normal.
Sure.
Live.
You have to live. Absolutely got to live. We
do live, but in a balanced lifestyle.
Sure.
And coaching that is different, and setting the parameters around it is different. But but I think there is a space that exists, and there's a lot. Let's be honest, there's a lot of people in that space.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we like to help people in that space by putting those parameters, those coaching goals, and also just not being hard on people if they make a mistake. You bump your head, you learn, and you move forward.
What I've loved about watching your journey is that you've incorporated things that we would normally not even consider. I mean, when you begin any journey, you look at the basics, but you get to a stage where you need to add on. You need to add technology. You need to add product. You need to add. It's not just about that initial journey. People have been in the journey. What's next? What's next in the world of technology? What's next in the world of product? And I want to talk about what's next in the world of the Monkeys, because at the moment, the Daily J with Johno and Juls, and it should be Juls and Johno, by the way, is your connection-based experience showcasing the voices of the community, discussing, as I mentioned, those incredible products, themes, and information that will enrich lives of South Africans. Actually, not only South Africans, anyone in the world.
Yeah, 100%. Do you want to answer this one quickly?
And
having built a community of over 100,000 people with Jeff in our last project, when you build big businesses and you help a lot of people like that, I think you almost fall into this tech space and this content creation space.
Yeah. Yes.
And it becomes a big beast, and that beast will always keep on running, which is fantastic. And I think where we like to play is where we can actually really help people and feel that connection with people.
Absolutely.
Jules is amazing with that, and you can see that with her makeup and what she does, teaching women who wouldn't ordinarily venture into that space.
My passion, I got into makeup, obviously later on in these years, but I wanted to teach your normal, average, day-to-day woman how to do their makeup. Yeah. Because it's so overwhelming when you walk into these cosmetic stores. They have no idea what to do, how to use it, and they literally just go, and then they walk out. And then we've got the likes of social media now where we're scrolling through Instagram or Pinterest, and we're seeing these beautiful models with perfect eye shapes, perfect skin, and then we look in the mirror and we don't look like that.
So true.
99.9% of the population does not look like that, or they are 12 years old.
Yeah.
So it's about making people understand that that is social media and that is not real. And this is how you can tweak the bits and bobs on your own face to highlight the beautiful features that you've got on your own and to hide the things that you don't like.
Yeah.
And so that my thing is just making women, first of all, understanding product, understanding their own features, and making them feel good about themselves.
You both have an incredible way of making whoever's viewing and watching feel so, you use the word comfortable, but it's so important to feel like that. It's so important to feel like somebody's with you in the living room, somebody's with you in the class, in the workout session, and you've managed to do that where a lot of people battle with overcoming the obstacle that is a camera or a microphone in front of them. You've transitioned and you own that space really comfortably. It makes anybody watching, if you've never watched Johno and Juls do anything in front of a camera or on any of their channels, you get that immediate connection sense that, it doesn't matter if the shape of you, the size of you, the color of you, you feel that you're talking to a friend when you do what you do. So I can understand that, that how makeup can be a great,
My business is called, or my little makeup business is called the Makeup Lounge. So you used the
Spot
right
on.
word.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
said the
the
living
lounge.
room, I was like,
Yeah.
it's called the
The
Makeup Lounge. Yeah.
That's amazing. I think in the future, 2023 should have you explaining to men, because you know how hard it is when you travel and your better half says, I need you to pick up X, Y, and Z, and you've got no idea the first thing about makeup. Right, as a guy, we know nothing. If you were to show me a product now and go, what does this do? I'd go, you put it on your face. I wouldn't know where and what it's for, but I think there's something there. I'm going to put that on the back burner for 2023. But it's something that I think that no man's ever been shown. What products do the roles they play on a woman's face?
Totally. While women spend a certain amount of money on their face.
Guys, you guys, and again on this podcast, you've explained this, that, and again, this is the essence. If you've never heard Juls and Johno or seen any of their stuff, it's not just about exercise. A lot of people, again, and this is what I want to drive home, if you take anything out of this podcast, is you've got to look, and all the years I've known Johno, it's always been the same approach. It's not just exercise. You're not just going to get up in the morning and do 10 weeks for what's the saying? 10 weeks for the rest of your life?
Yeah, that was it.
You're not just going to do that though. This is, what are you putting in? What sugars are you getting in? Sugary foods, carbs, bad carbs, alcohol. That's where Johno clapped me the hardest. He says, hey buddy, let's have a look at this. Okay, alcohol you're consuming, but what alcohol? What's the good alcohol? Where's the low carb alcohols versus, it's a whole holistic approach. And this is what people have to realize, going into the season, it's not just about the exercise, it's looking at the entire picture.
100%. I think, and this is what the Daily J is about. We want to go back to basics and make it simple for people, and which is why we're embedding it in Facebook, in a closed Facebook group through a challenge, where we look at your training and your nutrition, and we change your mindset. We make you enjoy it.
Yes.
We make it achievable for you. We educate you from that perspective. But most importantly, we make you believe that you can do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like once people feel part of something,
yes,
right, and they feel like they can do it.
Yes.
Health and wellness is the foundation for the rest of your life, and things come out of that. As you say, I mean, I get a lot of energy when I hear you on the radio and your enthusiasm to help people. I've always said that to you.
Yes,
it's like that's where I want to help.
You two are very much alike.
And this allows us to do that and hear the incredible stories. But also, be real.
Sure.
Get up in the morning and
absolutely.
Hey,
and
get out of bed
and own it.
And exercise.
I love it.
You
Stop
lazy
making
bugger.
Excuses.
I love it.
Because we're lucky that we've got 2 legs and we can walk and we can do stuff. If you are able to, you need to do it.
Look, this is why. Just listen to these voices. This is why. If you're looking for motivation and reasons to do it, and that's often the case, you'll know this, both of you, so well, on a daily basis. I've always wanted to, but I just don't, I'll get around to it in the new year. In the new year, I'm going to make the change.
Or I'm too busy.
I'm too busy. Oh. What do you say to someone who says to you, I'm looking for some motivation, but I can't do it. I'm just so lazy. I go, wake up! No.
Do you know the thing is, it's like the first 2 weeks are always the hardest.
Yeah.
Wake up!
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks are always the hardest, and you just need to get through it. You just need to push through, but then you just start feeling better.
Yes.
It's not even about it's not even about physically what it does, but it starts to make you have a better day.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you've accomplished something.
I think, the important thing is you look at behavior change in people. There's various stages in behavior change. You see something and you decide if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Once you've decided you're going to do it, you either sign up for it.
Sure.
And once you've signed up for it, that's the next stage. Then the third is the starting.
Gotcha.
And the fourth is the follow through.
Yeah.
And that's where it goes. But like a lot of people just don't believe, I can't get started.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, Jules hears me talk to people. I talk to people all day long, and people are like, help me, I can't get there. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just say to them, I'll say it rude. I'll just say, pull your finger out your bum
and do it. Yeah.
And do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One step. Go.
Absolutely. And this is another thing that as South Africans we've learned to do really well, and it's taken maybe us a while, but we do it better than I guess many other countries. Is that we're not really too worried about the product. We buy the people, not the product. You guys could have opened anything, or you could start at any venture, and people will follow you. Why? Because you ideally are what you preach. So I was going to speak a bit about the community, right, and how the community support one another, and how you manage to get people to kind of be pillars and custodians of those communities. I looked at your previous project. Very quickly, people go, we love what you're doing. We are inspired by your energy. Let's be a part of this. And you built a great team. Starting a new venture, it's easy to see how people will follow and go wherever it is you go, because irrespective of the name of the product, they want you. They want you, your energy, you're their friend, you're their companion. You're on the journey of transformation with them and beyond, not only now, but down the future. And if it's maybe not your faces, it's people within your structure that you've put in place, or community. Have you found that finding people that have that same kind of a vision, and I'm talking about people that are part and maybe leaders within your community, people that host sessions, people that are a part of the next chapter now of this project you're involved with, do you find it easy to find those people? Or do you find, well, these are the people I've worked with for the past couple of years, therefore it's natural that they're a part of the Daily J?
I think, sorry, Jules, just from that, I think people, we've got it wrong in the past, and we've got it right. As we've moved off in this direction, we've had so many amazing people who just said, we're in.
Yeah. Without even hesitation. We're coming.
Yeah.
We're coming. We're in.
Whatever it is you're doing, we're there.
Yes.
We're there.
Amazing.
Spot on.
What is the project we're going to do?
Yes.
I need to put this together in 4 days.
Yeah.
Cool. We're on board. We believe.
It's amazing.
And for to have people like that, not only a customer, who's someone who purchases and invests in themselves, but like an incredible team and colleagues who like win.
Yeah.
And support
past
from
colleagues that have gone,
exactly.
come and gone, and they've all gone, whatever you're doing, we're in on it.
Yeah.
We got your back. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it really does. It gives you back this.
Yeah. Because, I mean, ultimately, you can't be awake 24/7, 365. There are people in other parts of the world, and I remember this from your previous project, that are custodians of the brand when you're not there. And it's got to be like-minded people, because if it's not like-minded people, it doesn't fit in with what you stand for.
100%. Yeah.
And those people don't stick around long if they're not, if they've got ulterior motives, or their motives aren't to be a part of the same vision. The system almost spits you out.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's just what we're trying to do is we're realizing that we can't, we'd love to scale a massive business, help thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. But
you have.
And we have.
Yeah.
To our detriment in a way. It's broken us physically and mentally, and it's been tough. But I think if we can embed principles in people, and let the disciples go out and change within their communities and their families, I think we're winning. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to learn, and we're going to check it out.
And also just making people feel like no matter what, it's okay.
Yes.
And you can if you fall off the bandwagon, you can start again.
Yeah.
And also that you can do anything that you put your mind to.
Absolutely.
Because it really is true.
Yeah. Yeah. But the support has been amazing. And especially, whenever I've come up with a business idea, I've always phoned you and said, I've got an idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan, I need your help. And this one, I need this help. And the Daily J is been embedded. I mean, we did a talk in Mauritius for Discovery Vitality, and we did a talk with my old man, Johno and Juls.
Absolutely.
And from that, he's like, wow, we should do this introduction into another business of live shopping, and how we how we growing that little business inside of things. And then a woman like Rhonda Viteri from America flew over to run the Cape Town Marathon, and then invited Jules to this powerful women's dinner. And her network's just growing, and people looking at this little thing that we're doing here in Cape Town, but they believe, because they believe in what we're trying to achieve, and that's amazing.
Watch the space, or listen to the space in 2023. All will be revealed. Something really big that Johno is going to do, and Jules, because it's you never do it by yourself. You always, you're always a team, but it's going to be huge, and I think it's going to change a lot of things with the Simpler Foundation, with your massive, generous hearts. Doing something big in the middle of next year. We will talk more about that once things are finalized, because that's very exciting. Let's talk a little bit about, now we've chatted about the Daily J. I'm listening. Where, how, I want to be a part. Where do I go?
Simple.
Facebook.
We've chosen, we're looking at what's happening in the world. There's so many fitness apps. It's too confusing.
Hang on, hold on a second. You guys are pioneers, okay? There are fitness apps, and then there are people who don't want to make the app about a bot that you talk to, a little bot that has a standard answer for do your push-ups now, do your this, boom, have you had your water, boom, you want human beings, you want a face, you want a soul behind who you're talking to and who's a part of your journey. And you've seen that, because you've seen people coming up going, guys, you've never met me before, but I've lost 40 kilograms and I've changed my life. I've started a new job. I've done X, Y, and Z. An app you can't do that to an app. You can't bump into an app in the street.
No, you can't.
No, we were speaking about that woman in the car on the way here.
We'll tell you that story now quickly. But there's, search Your Daily J on Facebook.
Okay.
It is there. We've decided we are going to build this business in Facebook to start, because that's where people are.
They are.
That's where people are. Their friends. It's easily accessible. Everyone's got it.
And a WhatsApp and in a WhatsApp group, and it's a close, but we have notifications at 6:30 every morning. We send a video going, hey, get out of bed.
I love it.
Move.
I love it.
So we're starting there. So come and see what we're doing. We doing our first challenge, because we're embedding the business obviously in health and wellness.
Yes.
The 21-day challenge starts on the 9th of January.
Nice.
Ryan?
I'm in.
Of course you're in. You don't have
I'm gonna be watching out, eh?
I'm in.
I mean, like,
But what's amazing is there are hundreds of people that have signed up already.
Yeah.
Already. And it's like,
it's amazing.
we're still in December. So people are hungry for something.
Yes.
They want a bit of something, and we're going to give it to them.
And also when they feel like they're doing it all together, because, I mean, a lot of these things you do whenever you can. You sign up, it's like, okay, you can start whenever, and then you end with them, and then you just never end up doing it, and you have all these fancy programs or whatever. So now they're all starting on the 9th, and on the 9th, you do this workout. So they are all, and it's obviously on Facebook and a closed group.
Yes.
They will all have to comment. Done. This is how they felt. One word to describe how they found the workout, whatever it might be. Amazing. But that's their accountability that they did it. Come Tuesday, there's the next thing. Come Wednesday, the next thing. Then they've got their rest day. What are you doing on your rest day?
Yeah.
And it's going to be that.
Yeah, and we're linking it slightly differently. We're giving the people the opportunity. If you want to do it in the gym, you can do it in the gym too, because we've got this new blended environment.
I hate that word. You say hybrid.
Hybrid. Whatever that is.
Oh,
I don't think anyone's getting that
right.
right.
I just want to forget in 2022.
But, in the past, we used to create WhatsApp groups of people. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want accountability, go and find it. Because once you get out of your comfort zone, you win.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the start of how we're going to roll things out in the new year, and we're going to build purpose around that, because I'm a firm believer that if you can't look after yourself, how can you help others? And you've got to have something that you work for, which is amazing. And we're going to continue our work with the Simpler Foundation to help others, because if you can't help others, I mean, like, what is your purpose in life?
It's so true. And also, when you start feeling good about yourself, you start pushing yourself in other fields.
Yes.
You get the confidence to do other stuff, like to venture into another business, or to be better at something else in your life, or do you know what I mean? It just kind of, it's just like a never-ending thing.
Yeah.
And then you also, like when we talk about charity now, like you want to suddenly start giving back. You're feeling better about things.
Absolutely.
It's all just like this domino effect.
But just to finish off on this, because this story, this sums it up so well. Got in the car and I said, Joel, look at this picture from Angela. Now, Angela started with us.
I know exactly who you are talking about now.
Yes, and I won't say her name, obviously, but like, Angela started with us right in the beginning of lockdown. Since then, she's gone through the various programs. Something that we said was embedded in her head, and it clicked, and she was motivated. Since then, she's lost 38 kilos. She was, when we launched the Daily J about 3 weeks ago, she was live with us, and we were talking about Zambia for some reason, because we did a challenge out there.
We did a Big Falls challenge,
and she was like, I'm going to Zambia, and we're like, oh, you got to go to Devil's Pool. You could, that Devil's Pool, you got to do it.
Devil's Pools are on the edge of the,
yes,
the edge
she would never have been able to do that before, because she was too overweight, and physically she couldn't do it.
Yeah. And she's sent these photographs to John of her on the side of Devil's Pool.
In the pool. Just going.
And then said, and this is where I came from. So we saw where she came from to where she is now, and we're like, whoa, that is like amazing. That is incredible. Yeah, and then like the message that comes with it, and you go, that we're doing the right thing. That's why we're doing this.
And listen, guys, I promise you, that you are lifestyle serial entrepreneurs. You've managed to do something that very few people have managed to do. Take their true talents and turn it into a passion that eventually becomes, in actual fact, becomes a business. But believe it or not, they're not working like we think it's work. It's not work for them. They love it. They genuinely want to see you be a different person. They want to see you be the best possible can be. And that's that different person. And you'll love that person. I promise you, we'll love that person. Johno and Juls, importantly, go and subscribe, go and join the journey. Make a change. Don't wait till the 9th of Jan. Do it now. The Daily J doesn't shut down over Christmas, does it?
No, we take a break and we communicate a bit.
We're communicating big time.
We're always there. I mean,
absolutely.
We're always there. But yeah, go follow at Juls Mankeys, at Johno Mankeys, and have a check out.
Love these guys. They're going to be back soon with some more amazing news in the new year. Johno and Juls, thanks for joining us on Health Matters.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you. Okay, O'Connor.
Stunning.
See you in the challenge.
See you in the challenge. 9th of Jan. Like, subscribe if you are listening via Apple. Just a reminder, tell all your friends about it. Give us that thumbs up and keep subscribing. We'll catch you with Sipler and another brand new season of Health Matters in the new year.